Bandler, when he was doing his neurolinguistic programming, it was such pivotal. So he had spent his life, he was a student at the time, and he was researching the world's greatest hypnotist at the time, and he would walk into psychiatric wards. He'd say, right, here's your craziest patient here, and he said, oh, this schizophrenic over here, they haven't spoken for 10 years, they think that they're God. And he'll go over there and he'll just say something like, whisper, he'll just break their patterns. He'll just say something completely ridiculous like, he'll go over there and say, unless you start to say your real name, then the devil's going to get you in 10 seconds time. And then they'll just start speaking, and they haven't spoken for 10 years. And then he'll take people around his house. Who's the craziest person you got? Okay, give me them for 24 hours. And he'll get them to snap out of it, do these exercises. And then he had one guy that he got them to dress up as an insurance salesman, and they thought they were an insurance salesman for 12 months, and they became a millionaire insurance salesman like a couple of years later from being a psychiatric patient. So it's just the power of the mind, and it's opposite of psychotherapy. So it's again, is where you focus is where you end up, isn't it? So it's what I keep drumming home in life, in marketing, and in the history of the mental health movement. What you've got is absurd, really, because you've got more and more people being diagnosed every year. By 2020, it's an epidemic, and we'll get to a stage where the whole world will admit that they're mentally ill. And think how powerful our sub-niches are going to be then. We're going to be loaded, aren't we? Because everyone's got what we got. They're all searching for it. We've positioned ourselves not just as the anorexic expert, but in all the different types of anorexia, how to write about it, how to teach yourself about it, how to coach it, how to mentor it, and then of course it's group coaching, membership websites, happy days. Okay, sure. Well, there's, Facebook is massive, so you really want to take advantage of it. You can set up, they change the rules quite a lot, so it is worth reading the terms on there. Okay. So with Facebook, you have to sign in with your real name, okay? You have to be you. You can't really go around talking about a pseudonym, but you can set up a pseudonym as a group or a subject. You can set up your own group discussing a pseudonym, but you can't have your main login like that. And then you can set up a business name on there, but you need to have, I think, 25 people like you until you can do something, more expansive. So I think the best way with the Facebook is just, I would just be yourself on there. So be friends with people that you know on there. It's not about getting as many friends as you can, but it depends how you want to do it. If you really want to go full out, just make friends with everyone on there. Don't go around asking for lots of friends because you'll get kicked out. So that's quite important. So don't go around asking to be everyone's friend because they will shut you down if you just say, look, I'm joining 300 friends. Okay, what you want to do to have the biggest impact on there is write content on there regularly and give them interesting things. So you could send them links to information about different anorexia, your blog, links to YouTube.
Posts right onto Facebook.
Okay, that's a great start. So
they don't have codes, but they have.
Do you comment on other people's pages?
I have.
Okay.
I do that.
Okay. What kind?
Be really careful.
What kind of other? But when you comment on other people's pages, you don't need to promote.
No.
Yourself.
No,
so you can I would go on there,
yeah.
Look at the people that you admire in your niche.
That I haven't done.
So look at the people famous who are really interested, who have an anorexic experience or whatever, and just go to their site and compliment them.
Okay.
Yeah, and then people, and the more popular they are, the more comments they'll have, and the more people are likely to find you. So if you go onto Facebook, you see, if you can find somewhere that's topical with enough traffic that's got lots of comments, if you can be the first person to comment on something topical, you're going to get thousands of people, see what you're talking about, and just search in Facebook, search anorexic groups or whatever it is, and then join lots of different groups in different areas, and then try and be the person that makes the first comment on something big, you know. Yeah, I think that's good advice, that. Thanks for sharing that. What I want you to do is just to write down something very, very specific, okay? Yeah, so what one marketing thing have you learned that you're going to implement in the next 7 days? One thing. In one sentence, if you can. Just explain what it is in one sentence. So what one marketing thing, and then once you've done that, I want you to write down what mental health empowerment tool have you learned, i.e. what have you learned that's going to help your mental health or how you view yourself. It's really important. And so just those two things, if you can just write one sentence for each.